everyone, so you may remember that I did a series on the puzzle book Lock, which is like a word search with spells, which is quite a long and fun series, and also Abdeck by the same creator, which is basically packing shapes, but it gets more unexpected with counterintuitive twists that force you to reconsider the rules. Well, the creators made a new puzzle book called Workworkwork that they have sent to me, and I am in love with the art style, which I normally don't say. I am usually not as affected by art as like others, I feel like, but this I am really surprised by. All right, this is page 1. We have a bunch of intro pages, and I honestly expect there's a secret code. Like, come on, there's like a .com link. It's clearly very suspicious, and these colors are too specific and random to not be hiding something. These are just intro pages for now. Some rules will be explained and some won't be. Each puzzle is a unique solution and the rules are consistent between puzzles. Now I'm playing this with basically a digital pen. However, this is a physical book. It will be released as a physical book as well, so we can draw in it. And here's the more suspicious colors, the rules, and the solutions of the troll in the previous book. I think there was a real solutions guide provided, but the one in the book was a troll in the last book they did. There are more suspicious codes. And chapter 1. Ancient art of construction. Two workers extend their arms, weave them through the fabric of the raw material, grab each other's hands, lift the blocks high of their head, slash planes stuck together into a new thing. This is how the world is made. Absolute lore post. Alright, here, first actual thing. In each puzzle, you draw a single path connecting two workers. The path must travel through the centers of cells, turning at 90 degrees angles. The path must start at one worker and end at another. It can't branch, overlap, or cross itself. Solve your first puzzle with the difficulty like half a star. Alright, let's go. Draw. So, of course, it's like, how do you make this kind of thing interesting? Well, The Witness was also a line drawing game, and that got interesting. So, less than 2 pieces. There are pieces in the grid, formed out of adjacent blocks that the path passes through a piece once it collects the whole piece. Outputs. Your goal in puzzles is to collect the pieces so they match the showcased output. It can be freely rotated to match the output, but never mirrored. Okay, so it's like that's the actual main mechanic. Solve the puzzle by collecting only the matching piece, right? And like only one of them can be rotated. Like this one can be rotated to make this, but the other one cannot. It's so obvious that one cannot because that one needs a vertical flip to look the same. All right. Has to repeat only once. Like it says it disappeared in the visual, right? Only once is like weird because that means that like okay, so I noted that that's doing it twice, yeah? So if there's only one unique solution, that narrows it down to the level where you cannot deviate from this. Like you see that it went through it twice, which is not good. There's only one path that actually lets you get this piece and only collect it a single time. There we go. Okay. Connecting pieces. If the path passes through 2 or more pieces, it connects them. The path between 3 edges of the 2 pieces acts as a glue, making them adjacent in the output. Okay. Wait, we collected... Wait. That's a different material that connected. That's... Huh. Oh my god, and it connected from here to here and actively moved along with it. It didn't just, like, connect in, like, the shortest path available to it. Okay. Imagine the collected pieces floating outside the grid, and imagine the path is like a string pulled tightly through the pieces, then click together. Oh, that is not intuitive, is it? Like, there's a 90-degree turn. Okay, we gotta be careful with the visualization there. Okay, the eyes, like the yellow eyes, also make it kind of even more clear the way that they connect. Although that's... No, we have to do something like this. Right? And then imagine them getting glued together, where this entire thing just moves to the left. Or you could imagine that this piece moves to the right. It doesn't matter, but you can clearly see that they would connect to make the target shape there. All right, next. Okay, we're making the same shape with the thing, but we seemingly need to get an upside down motion. Oh, this is so weird. It's like... That feels so strange, but I think that's it, yeah? We kind of grabbed this upside down and made a 180-degree turn. I guess the more unintuitive, because we're not really doing a 180-degree turn here, but, like, connecting edge to edge, it still works out. Like, this edge connecting to this edge would make it. It's just that we don't actually go 180. It's so odd to think about, but it's like... You could also imagine it like a bead necklace or something. Okay, mirroring does not count, so we cannot make the obvious seeming thing. So it attaches from there to... Well, this is a 1x1, so it doesn't matter where it... Like, where the edges go. It must be that corner anyway. But yeah, we are not connecting from this edge at all. There we go. Not much more to say on that one, so let's just go to the next. Okay, square. It feels like it is that and that, right? Ooh. Ooh, what is this? Okay, that is cool. We just connected two edges to two edges, and now obviously here and then here. Cool. Okay. Solving tips. Take notes. Okay, I don't know. Well, they can't stop me because they can't read. All right, we need to fix something. Challenge basic assumptions. All right, next. I believe this would be the end of the preview document, but four in a square. I Okay, so like obviously this is a joke. It's an obvious failure because they're all in a straight line, which is dumb and bad. You wouldn't want to make such an obvious mess, but honestly, like this feels like the path you would make because it takes up the most space, but like is that actually true? It probably is. But let's just like make sure while we imagine this, just draw that better, I guess. Okay. So, the first one that it goes through is here. The next is like this. Oh my god, that is so not square. The one it's connecting out is red, which corresponds to this one. Wait, it's on opposite sides, so I think this is actually wrong. Lol. Because you see that like the one connecting here is on the other side, so we would not make the shape successfully. So the idea of going into the same edge is like it's very spaghettifying. Maybe don't think about that. Is it like something like more like this? The way we imagine it with that one is that we have two cornerish pieces kind of like correspond like here, right? Oh, that's not, no. That red is stupid. I'm double dipping with the red. That's the red connection would be like here. Here's the blue connection, and the yellow would be here. And they're all connected at 90-degree-ish angles, and obviously the ones that connect to the players do not matter very much. Well, looks like we're going a bit past the preview pages because this is not yet an 8-minute video. And you know video makers are obsessed with 8-minute videos. Alright, let's continue. L is real. Okay, what? No, okay. So, this is not really working the way I thought. Maybe it needs something more like unintuitive because if I just connect here to here, that is going to result in a 4 tower, not this. How about here into here into here? Does that seem reasonable? So this edge I am going to mark red as if it was like this, and that makes the 90-degree turn. That should connect here. That seems reasonable to me. Obviously, it's not the same rotated, but rotating is allowed and mirroring is not. This one isn't. Mirroring is the same, who cares, for this shape, but yeah. Okay. We got a bigger no mirroring link. Okay, we gotta imagine where these pieces would even land, because it feels like, well, I would say this, but this one can't be mirrored. So it must be here, here. Okay, these are the distinct shapes that we need to make. But wait, is there a second solution? Because I don't see this working either. Huh? Okay, so look at these. This I am painting red because that corresponds here. Wait, no, this is two-way. Okay, so we can actually escape, but like, yeah, if it was like this, there would be no way to get this guy out because it would need to connect to somewhere that shouldn't connect anywhere. But actually, because this can be flipped, this is actually the red, and we can use some different color where it's actually allowed to connect, like blue. Uh, isn't that also on an outer border? No, fool. It's got okay. So yeah, stupid me, right? Like this is not connect anywhere except this L shape could maybe be different. What am I talking about, by the way? No, seriously, there's no second rotation for this one either. So is one of the aliens doing all of the work and forming the shape or something, and then connecting to the other alien? Okay, I guess we're getting a little bit of a taste of what is probably a time where you see a rule that is not explained, which is the behavior of collecting a piece multiple times, in quotes. And don't forget that the blue and red could maybe flip. But anyway, I recolored these brown because we need the colors back, and the whole point was just to show that they could not connect. So let's say that maybe the red is the connection from here to here? Kind of need to go all the way to the other side, too. This feels suspiciously wrong as the way to connect the L. How about here and here? In that case, that would correspond to this red. Then we could connect this side to the bottom of here. That feels very reasonable and possible. So let's go to the blue, connect blue to blue. Now connect the red to red, and then go to the alien, because we have connected the entire piece already. And there we go, right? That is the whole trick of that one. Well, I can send previews, of course. There are actually quite a lot of pages. 134. I mean, not all of those are puzzle pages. You have seen the table of contents. It would probably be rude to spoil much more, so I'm just going to scroll down while a bunch of toads block the vision of the most important thing. But yes, perhaps it'll become more of a series. I don't know at this point, but I do just want to get a video out there. So anyway, yeah, bye, and make sure to poke all toads. Now, certain cats and Suaviers have complained I don't have an outro, so here's an outro.